Hi all, welcome to Machine Coding Interview. I am Sanjay and in this course we will discuss the code flow of Truecaller. So first we will discuss the directory structure of Truecaller application. So here we have created a normal Spring Boot application, but this does not support any REST operation. Here we will be testing our application by just using the simple test cases. So the first directory is the IDEA directory, which has all the IntelliJ IDEA settings. This is automatically created by the IDEA. The second directory is the source directory where we have all our code related stuff. So here in the main we have the Java directory and the resources directory. In the Java directory, in com stupid designer machine coding, we have all our code. So let's go through all the directories one by one. So first is collections. In the collection, we have all our collection related data structures. Like we are using Bloom filter and we are using try. Bloom filter is a probabilistic data structure which is used for searching any name or number. This we have already explained in some other tutorial. And the try is a data structure which is used for auto suggestion. So if you have used Truecaller application, you might have seen that after pressing a set of letters, you will get a list of suggestions related to that word. Like if you have typed SA, then there you might see Sanjay, Samir, Sandeep, Sanatan. And let's say if you have typed A, then you might have seen Amir, Avinash, Anju, if those contexts are already available in your application. So try is for auto suggestion and Bloom filter is for checking whether that name or that contact is available in your Truecaller application or not. So this is from this directory. Now we will see enums. So in the enums directory we have account type which is free, silver or gold. The business type for any business account which is finance, bank, loan, IT, railway and airlines. Company size micro, small, medium, large. Then we have this constant. This is not an enum, but this is just used for account upgradation related constants like max free user contact that can be stored in a Truecaller app is 1000 and max free user blocked contact is 10. Max silver user contact is 10,000 and max silver user blocked contact is 100. Means the user can block at most 100 contact if he is a silver user. Max gold user contact is the maximum value of integer and max gold user blocked contact is maximum number of integer. And this is the threshold for blocking the contact from spam. So if a user's number has been reported as spam by 1000 users, then after 1000 user, if any other user has reported the number as spam, then it will be saved in the global block list. Then we have the days for storing the days. So it is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Then we have the gender for user, male, female and others. After that we have the social profile type for the user, Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter. Then we have the exceptions where we have the maximum blocked contact limit exceeded exceptions and the maximum contact exceeded exception. So if the user is saving any contact in Truecaller, there is a certain limit and after those limits are exceeded, the user will be getting this exception and this will occur when the user exceed saving number of blocked contacts. Then we have the models directory where we have the account, address, business, contact, personal info, user and working hours. So this all we have created based on the class diagram. After that we have the registry data structure where we can see the registry design pattern. So in the registry design pattern we are using singleton design pattern for getting the correct strategy. Then we have the strategies directory which is used for strategy design pattern. So we are using limit based block contact strategy for blocking the contact strategy. You can create as many as implementation as you want for blocking a particular contact. So we are using limit based contact blocking strategy. Then we have the Truecaller demo. So here we are just using a try. This is used for testing our try application. Then we have the resources where we have application properties where we have mentioned the blocking strategy and here we are using the limit based block context strategy. After that we have the test directory where we have this Truecaller test where we have written all the test cases for testing our application. So this all are the JUnit test cases, and the JUnit library we have imported in the pom.xml file. So here you can see that we are using JUnit. The version is 4.13.2, and this is project Lombok for getting the Lombok annotations like getter, setters, all arguments constructor, and data. And after that we have the readme file where we have all the requirements and the evaluation criteria and the highlights. Okay, rest of the things are created by the Spring framework, so we don't have to worry about them. The target directory is created when we build our application, and this git ignore file is created when we create our application by the Spring initializer. Rest all the libraries are imported from the pom.xml file. So whatever libraries we have used in the pom.xml file, those libraries will be downloaded here. Okay, and the next is scratch console, which is by default created by the Spring framework. So the most time we will be investing in this application in the source directory where we have written all our code. Okay, so yeah, let's see all the directories one by one now. So in the collections we have Bloom filter and we have try. So for this already I have created videos, so you can go through those videos and you'll get a clear understanding on how Bloom filter works and how try works. So the main concept of using Bloom filter in Truecaller application is to check whether a particular number is available in our block list or spam list. And why we are using try in our application? So try is used for giving the auto suggested number. So let's say if you have to search all the names which are starting from S, then by using try you can do that. Okay, now in the enums we have all the enums related to the application. In the exception we have all the exceptions. So the important classes are there inside the models. So first you will see account. So account is an abstract class, and the account has the ID, password, username, contact, personal info, social profile, address, business, and account type. So what is the account type? Account type can be a free account, a silver account, or a gold account. So based on this account type, user will get the number of contacts in the Truecaller application. Then we are using the map for storing the users. So we are using a map of string and user, so that whenever any user wants to open the detail of a particular contact number, he would simply enter the number or name and then click on the contact, then see the details. Then we have the blocked contacts. So for blocked contact, we are using the Bloom filter. Then we have the blocked contact number set for storing all the blocked contact in our application for the quick access. Then we are using local contact try. Why local contact try? So let's say your mobile is not connected to the internet, and by using the Truecaller app, you want to see the numbers of some people which are starting from any character. Then by using this local try, you can see those contacts. Then we are using the block contact strategy for blocking any contact in our application. Then we are using the properties file. So we are using property file to get the blocked contact strategy. So this is an interface, here you can see, but what object we want to get for the block contact strategy. So the object we can get by getting the key, and the key is defined in the properties file. So if you open the properties file, here you can see that the blocked contact strategy is limit based blocked contact strategy. So these are the properties that we are using in account. Now let's see the constructor of account. So we are creating the ID by using the UUID. We are getting the random UUID, and then we are initializing the local try. Then we are using the properties by creating the property object. We are loading the application.properties file by using this class loader.getResource_stream. Then we are getting the property block contact strategy. Okay, so here we will get the key. That key we are passing here in the strategy registry get instance. Then we will get the block contact strategy. Okay, we can also see how this strategy registry is working. So let's see the strategy registry. So here we can see that we are using strategy registry object instance, which is null. Then we are using a map of string object registry map. So this is the registry map where we can use all the objects of registry. So for now, we are just using limit-based block context strategy, but you can add as many as strategies as you want by using this registry map. So if you do not want to block the contact by the limit, then you can implement your own strategy and you can register here. Now we are using this get instance method for getting the instance of registry, for getting the instance of strategy registry. Okay, here we are using a singleton design pattern. Okay, so how it works? So we are checking if the instance equal to null. Okay, so let's say if two threads are coming here. Okay, then they will check that instance equal to null. Both thread will come here in the synchronized section. Okay, and since this is synchronized, only one thread will go inside and check here. If the instance is null, it will create a new strategy registry object, and then it will come out of the synchronized block, and then it will give the lock to the second thread. Then second thread will come here, but since it will see that instance is not null, because the first thread has already created the strategy registry object. So it will check, it will find that it's not null, and it will come out of this synchronized block and it will return the instance. And by doing this, you can see that no matter how many threads you are, only one instance of strategy registry will be created. And that's why we use the singleton design pattern. Suppose we are not using this instance equal to null. What happens in that case? So let's say if we have two threads in our application, both will come here. One thread will enter into the synchronized block. It will create the registry object and it will come out of the synchronized block. It will give the access to the other thread. The other thread will come here. It will again create a new strategy object. Okay. So if you are not using this double locking system, means if you are not using this if instance equal to null, in that case, no matter how many threads are there, if they have reached at this section, then they will be creating the registry objects. Okay. So by using this get instance method, we will get only a single registry object. And on that, we are getting this get method, which will return the strategy object from this registry map. So whatever key we are passing from any part of this application, so for that key we will get its respective strategy object. Okay, so we will get the strategy object here. Now we have written these methods like registering a user, add contact, block number, unblock number, delete contact, upgrade account, search, is junk call, report spam, and import contacts. So let's see the implementation of all these methods one by one. So first we'll see register. So this account abstract class is implemented by user. So in the user, first we are creating a no argument constructor which is calling the super constructor. Okay, and in the super constructor we are just calling this account constructor. So there we are getting the registry and ID. After that we are creating a user constructor, and in this user constructor we are just creating a personal info object, we are creating a contact object, we are setting the personal info and contact info for the user. Now in the register method, what we are doing, we are getting all these parameters: username, password, phone number, email, last name, first name, gender, date of birth, account type, and initials. And then we are setting all these properties one by one. So here you can see we are setting username, we are setting the account type free, gold or premium. Then we are creating a contact object, and in the contact object we are setting email, and in the user object we are setting the contact. After that we are creating a personal info from the first name, last name, date of birth, gender, and initials. Then we are setting personal info in the user object. Then we are initializing the user. Now what's there in initialize user function? So based on the type, we will give the number of contacts to the user in Truecaller. So if the account is free, then the max free user contact will be 100. So 100 contacts will be given to the user in Truecaller. It means the user can save up to 100 contacts in the Truecaller application. How many blocked contact it can set? So the max block contact for free user is 10. Means the user can block only 10 contacts when he is a free user. The same thing we are doing for the set, get block number set. So we are using two things here. One is blocked contact, which is a Bloom filter, and one is a blocked number set. So why we are using this two data structure? Why we are simply not using either Bloom filter or set? So the reason behind this is, by using set we can get all the numbers which are blocked, okay? But by using this Bloom filter you can't get all the numbers which are blocked. The Bloom filter is only used for checking whether a particular number is available in the block list or not. It is a very time efficient data structure, as well as it requires very less memory. So you can assume it like this: there are millions of users who are using Truecaller, okay, and lots of users are blocking the contacts. So all the contacts cannot be stored in a set, because if one user is blocking 5 contacts, then there will be around 5 million blocked numbers, okay. But those blocked number we can store in the Bloom filter. It does not store all the numbers directly, but it stores by using the integer counter, okay. So it will not give you the list of contact, but it can tell whether the particular contact is blocked or not. And that's why we are using this Bloom filter in blocked contact, and we are using this set for getting all the blocked contacts, okay. So this set will give you the blocked contact only in a particular device. And then if the user is silver user, then in the set contact we are creating a hash map for 10,000 user, and we are setting the Bloom filter for 100 users, okay. The same thing we are doing for gold, just we are increasing the max contact. So user can store maximum of integer dot max contact, and user can block maximum of integer dot max contact, okay. So this is the type of users. So this is the maximum number of contacts per user for his free, silver and gold account. Now when we register any contact in the Truecaller, then we insert them into try. So here we are using two try. One is the local try and one is the global contact try. So in the local try it will be stored in your local application. Means if you are not connected to the internet, in that case the auto suggestions will come from the local try. But if you are connected to the internet, in that case it will store them in the centralized repository of Truecaller system. So here we are using this global contact, get instance, get try, insert. We are storing both first name as well as we are storing the phone. In fact, in place of first name you can store full name here, okay. We have already seen what is the try. Now you can see how we can use the global try. So for global try we have created a global context file, okay. So you can see that inside the collection we have global. In the global context we have this try data structure which is used for auto session, and then we are using the normal singleton design pattern for getting the global instance. So here also we are simply creating only one object for global contacts by using the singleton design pattern, okay. So we have created a constructor, and in that constructor we are using the try IMPL object. Why we are using this try IMPL? Because globally we want to store all the contacts in the try data structure, okay, in the Truecaller application. So by using this get instance dot get try, we will get the global context try. So we are getting the global context try. There we are inserting the first name, and there we are inserting the phone number. Why we are using first name and phone number both? So that the user can search from phone number as well as from the first name. It all depends on your requirement. You can use first name, username or the full name. I think Truecaller uses full name. So after inserting the try, our user registration is complete, and then we are returning true. Then the next method we have is add contacts. So what do we do in add contact? So first we are validating contacts for the account type. Okay, so let's open this. So here, if the account type is free and if the contact size is more than the max user free contact, then we are throwing this exception, maximum contacts exceeded exception. Okay, but if the user is silver user and adding the contact in the Truecaller application, and the total contact size is exceeding max silver user contact, then we are throwing this exception, maximum contact exceeded exception. You have exceeded maximum contact for silver category. Please upgrade to add more contacts. So this is the validation part. After the validation part, what we are doing, we are getting the map of string and user, and then we are inserting the username, and then we are inserting the user number with the user object. After we have inserted the user detail in the hash map, we are inserting them into the trie. Let's open the trie. So in the trie, what we are doing, we are inserting them in the local trie and we are inserting in the global trie. So in the insert to trie, what we are doing, we are inserting the first name and phone number in the local trie as we are inserting the global trie. It means the central repository of the contact system. And once we have inserted the contact in the trie, we are returning true from here. The next method is block number. So how do you block number? So for blocking a number, we are using the block contact strategy. So in the block contact strategy, we are calling this block method. So let's open this. So this is the block contact strategy interface where we have this block method which is taking user and the phone number. So let's open the implementation. The implementation is limit based block contact strategy. So what we are doing here, we are first validating block context limit for the account type, okay, where we are checking the block context limits for a particular user. So let's open this. So here you can see if the account type is free and if the block contact set size is more than the free user block contact, then we are throwing this exception. If the user is silver user and if the silver user count is exceeded, then we are throwing this exception. Okay, so this is the validation part before blocking a number. And once the validation is successful, then we are able to add the number in the block number set by using this get block number set, and then we are adding this contact in the Bloom filter. Okay, I hope why we are using this set and Bloom filter, it is clear to you. We are using a set to get all the block numbers, but we are using a Bloom filter just to check whether a particular number is blocked. Now for unblocking the number, what we are doing, from the blocked set we will remove, as well as we will remove from the Bloom filter, okay, which is the blocked contacts. The next method is delete contact. So this delete contact simply require to delete a number from our local hash map. So we are using a map of string and user. So from there we are simply remove this number. Note that we are not touching our block number set or block contact because deleting the contact has nothing to do with the set or the Bloom filter. It will simply remove that number from the blocked contact map. Then the next method is upgrade account. So upgrade account will come into the picture whenever the user upgrades his account. So we have three types of account: free, silver and gold. So if the user is upgrading its account, then it will be from free to silver or gold account based on the subscription he chooses in Truecaller application. So the first thing in upgrade account, what we are going to do is set the type of the account. Then we will get all the contacts of this user. We will get all the block number set from this user, and then we will check what account type the user is subscribing. Okay, so if the user is subscribing silver account, then in his contact we will create a new hashmap object with this capacity, max silver user contact. And after we have set this contact with the empty hash map, we are setting the block number set with this number of blocked contacts. Okay, and we are doing the same thing for the gold account type. If the user has subscribed the gold account type, then in his contacts we will initialize the hash map with size max gold user contacts, and we will initialize the block number set with max user blocked contacts. And after these operations are done, we will put all the contacts which we have got before upgrading the accounts. Okay, so we are putting all the contacts here, and we are putting all the block number set in the blocked number set of user account of the user. So this is how we can upgrade the account. Now the next method is search method. So what we are doing in search method, so we will take the username or phone number, and after we have taken the username or phone number, we will check in the local trie and we will check in the global contacts trie, means global trie. Okay, and from here we will get the list of contacts, and from those list of contacts we will apply this distinct operation, and we will apply this to list, and from here we will get the list of the contacts. The next method is junk call. So how we will find whether a particular number is a junk call or not? So this we will see from the global spam contact. So global spam contact is similar to global blocked contacts. So if you'll open this is also inside this collections. So here you can see that we have this counting Bloom filter, and the size of this global spam contact is 1000. Then we are creating a global spam contact instance which is null. After then we are creating a constructor of global spam contacts, and here we are initializing the spam contacts by the counting Bloom filter. Then we are using the singleton design pattern because the global spam contact will also be a single object. Okay, this also be a single object from where we will get the global spam contact, and there we have one more method, add in spam list. So whatever number we get, we can add in the spam contact. What is spam contact? Spam contact is nothing but a counting Bloom filter. Okay, with this reason we can add in our spam contacts. So what we are doing in is junk call. We are simply getting the list of spam contacts, and in the spam contact we are searching for a phone number. What this lookup method is? This lookup method is the method of a Bloom filter. Okay, so if you open this, you will simply see that we are checking if the counter is greater than 1 or not. If the counter is greater than 1, it means that number is available in our Bloom filter. Ideally this should not be greater than 1, this should be greater than equal to 1. Okay, so we have found the spam contacts from the spam contact list in the global spam context, and then if this number is available in that global spam contact, then we are returning true, means this call is a junk call. How will we check that if any number is blocked? So for checking if any number is blocked, we are simply taking this phone number and we are checking if this number is available in the blocked number set or not. If number is available in the blocked number set, it means this is a blocked number, or we will also check in the blocked contacts lookup method. So what is this blocked contact? This is a Bloom filter. So why we are checking in both? Why we are simply not checking in the set? We are checking in both because let's say if you have inserted a new SIM in your phone. After inserting the new SIM in your phone, what will the Truecaller do? It will synchronize all the blocked contact in your local Truecaller application. Okay, and whenever if you are not connected to the internet, then it will check from this Bloom filter whether this number is the blocked number or not, because this blocked number set only works when you have manually added any number in your block list. But this block contact, this will synchronize from the global block set. Okay, so this will give us the vast data of the blocked contact after your number is synchronized. So the next method is the report spam. So how does report spam work? So if you want to report any number as spam, then first thing is you will get the block number set, and there you are going to add this number. After you have added this number in your block number set, what you are going to do is you will get the global list of spam contact, and there you will add this phone number with the reason. Then this number will be added in the global list of spam contact. But let's say if there are many users who have reported a particular number as spam, so Truecaller will check from the threshold. So for our system the threshold is 1000 users. So if 1000 users have reported any number as a spam, then that user will be added in the global contact block list. Means even if you have not blocked any user, but it has been blocked by multiple users, maybe around 1000 users, then also if your phone is connected to internet, if your Truecaller is synchronized with the global Truecaller database, in that case if the global block contact is contacting you, then your phone will block that number and it will not ring your phone. Okay, so this is how this report spam works. The next method is can receive call. I think this can receive call should be an override. No, I think we have not added it. So the next method is can receive call. If the number is not blocked and if the number is not in the global blocked contact, then we can receive this call. The next method is import contacts. So when do you use import contact? So let's say if you have inserted any new SIM and if you want to import all the contacts of that new SIM to Truecaller, then you will use this method. So here you will get a list of users. After you are getting the list of users, you will iterate all the users and you will add them in the Truecaller by using the set contact method. But it will work till the time you have not got this maximum contacts exceeded exception. If you have got this maximum contacts exceeded exception error, it means you will have to upgrade your account. So yeah, these are all the methods of the Truecaller. In the collections package, we have this Bloom filter interface. Okay, and in the Bloom filter interface, we have four methods: insert, lookup, delete, and estimated count. So what this insert method does, it takes a word and search from the Bloom filter. So let's open the implementation. So here we are using the counting Bloom filter. Okay, and we have already explained how the counting Bloom filter implementation works. It uses the counter array, and from the counter array it checks whether the counter are greater than equal to 1 or not. I think it should be greater than equal to 1. Okay, so if they are greater than equal to 1, it means they are already present in the Bloom filter, and if they are not greater than equal to 1, then what we are going to do, we will increment the counter for those three indexes. How do we get the indexes? We get the indexes from the hash functions. So we have three hash functions, h1, h2, h3, and we will pass the word in those hash functions, and this hash function then use this maths.abs, where what it does, it gets the hash code of the word. From that hash code, it will multiply that hash code into 7, and then it will take the modulus from size. And the second hash function is using 13 as a multiplier. Third hash function is using 17 as a multiplier. So based on this hash function result, it will give us some indexes, and that index we are going to check in the counter array. So this is the insert method. In the lookup method, we simply check whether the counter is greater than equal to 1 or not. And if all the counters are greater than equal to 1, it means that word is present in our Bloom filter. The third method is delete, and in delete what do we check? We check if the counter of all the three indexes are equal to 0 or not. If any of them is equal to 0, means that word is not present in our Bloom filter. Okay, and if none of the counters are 0, in that case we would decrement the counter array. Okay, so this is the third Bloom filter function. Now what is the fourth function? The fourth function is estimated count. So what this estimated count function does, it gets the estimated count of a particular word, means how many times this word has been inserted in the Bloom filter. Where do we use it? We use it in Truecaller to check how many people has reported a particular number as spam, and if the spam count is greater than the threshold of, and if the spam count is greater than the threshold, then we mark that contact as the blocked contact. Now how do you find the estimated count? So for that we take all the three indexes, and from three indexes we take the counter whose value is minimum. So how does this work? So let's take an example. Let's say three users, user 1, user 2 and user 3 are blocking one number. Okay, user 1 is blocking a number, and for that number he is getting one index, 1, 5 and 9. Now user 2 is also blocking the same number, so the same indexes will be incremented. Okay, so the value of the indexes will be, so here the value of the indexes will be 1, 1 and 1. Here the value of this indexes will be 2, 2, 2. Let's say user 3 is also blocking that contact. Okay, so the three indexes will be 139 and the counter value will be 333. Now let's say user 4 is blocking some other contact. Okay, and for that the index is 5, 7 and 9. Okay, so since the user has blocked 5, 7, 9, the counter will be 3, 4, 4. Okay, so this three counters are only for the position 1, 7, 9, and since we have not inserted at the first index, we are not incrementing this index. Now let's take one more example. If user 5 is blocking one number, which is 9, 11 and 13. In that case, what will be the value? The value will be 3, 4 and here it will be 5. Why 5? Because only the ninth index is incremented and the index for 1 and 5 will not be incremented. Here 11 and 13 index counter will be incremented. Here we are just showing the counter for position 1, 5 and 9 and the counter values are 3, 4 and 5. So you can see from here, so what is the minimum value of these 3 counters? It is 3. So what do we mean by that? It means there would have been one number which is inserted in all these 3 indexes, which is 3 times. So which number has been inserted? The number which has been blocked by user 1, 2 and 3. So this is the way for finding the estimated count for a number. We get the minimum of all the counters. So yeah, these are the 4 methods which we are going to use in the counting Bloom filter. Now let's see what do we have in global blocked contacts. So in the global blocked contact, we are using a singleton design pattern for getting the instance of the global blocked contact. And from this global blocked contact, we are getting this counting Bloom filter in our application for finding the contacts which have been blocked. In the global context, we are again using the singleton design pattern and here we are using a try. Why we are using a try? We want to get the auto suggestion for a given name number. Then we have the global spam contact. So in the global spam contact, again we are using the counting Bloom filter. So why we are using the counting Bloom filter here? Because we want to know that a particular number is in the globally spam list or not. Then we have this try method, and in the try method we have these 2 methods, insert and search. So by using the insert method, we will be inserting a particular word in our try, and by using the search method we will get the auto suggestion for a given key. Like if we have inserted T and 10 and we want to search by using key TE, then the search method will give us TEA and TEN. Those 2 words it will be returning. Okay, so for that we have this try implementation method. And this is the simple implementation of try. If you have worked on try, then you can easily see this. So these methods we have already explained in the try chapter. Then we have this try node where we are taking all the children's. The alphabet size we are taking as 256. Why 256? Because we want to use the extended ASCII list. The size of ASCII is 128 but extended ASCII size is 256, which includes some special symbols. So for that we are using the 256 size, and the end of a string is used to identify whether we have reached to the end of the word or not. Okay, so that's it from this collection section. Now we'll understand how the test cases are running in this application. So for that we will open the Truecaller test, and here you can see that we have this many test methods. So we have test method for register, we have test method for add context test, we have test method for block contact test. So we will go all the methods one by one. So for register user test, what we are doing? We are creating one user object and then we are calling the user.register method, which will be giving us either a true or a false. So that will be stored in is registered. Here we are checking whether the user is registered or not by using this assert true. The second method is add context test. So here what we are doing, we are first registering a user. After registering that user, we will be creating 3 users, and those 3 users we will be adding in the registered user contact. And once we are adding them in the registered user contact, we are checking if the add contact method is returning true or false. If it is returning true, then our test case will be passed. One more test we are checking. After adding this 3 contact, in this registered user contact list, we will check from the registered user contact size. Okay, if we are getting 3, it means 3 users have been inserted in the registered user contact, and this test case will be passed. The next method is block contact test. So for blocking a contact, what do we need? First we need to register a user, and after registering the user, we are going to block this number. So it should return true or false. So if it is returning true, then our test case will pass. The next method is unblock contact test. So for that we are registering a user, we are blocking a user, we are registering a user, we are blocking a number, and then we are unblocking that number. And if this is returning true, then our test case will pass. Then we have report spam test. Okay, so for that also we are registering a user. After registering the user, what we are doing? We are reporting that user as spam, and the reason is loan calls. So if this method is returning true, it means our test case is passed. The next test is delete contact test. So for deleting a contact, what do we need? So first we will have to register a user. Then we are creating 3 contacts. After creating 3 contacts, we are adding this contact in the registered user contact list. Then first we are checking that 3 contacts have been added in the contact list or not. After 3 contacts have been added, this contact we are deleting from the contact list. And once the contact have been deleted from this registered user contact list, the contact list count should be 2. So here we are checking whether we are getting 2 from the registered user contact size or not. Okay, if we are getting 2, it means our test case is performing correctly. The next method is upgrade account test. So for upgrading account, what do we need? First we need a registered user. Then we are checking whether the registered user account type is free or not. Okay, because first time whenever you are registering any user in Truecaller, it will be simply a free user. After the user has been registered in Truecaller as free user, we are upgrading his account, and account type is silver. So we are subscribing the silver user plan, and we are upgrading the user's account as silver user. Then we are checking whether the registered user account type is silver or not. And the third test is for the gold user. So if the user has subscribed to the gold plan, then his account type should be gold. Okay. The next test is suggested contact test. So for that, first we need a registered user. Then we are creating a user list. Now let's see what's there in the user list. So in the user list, we are adding 4, 5, 9 contacts. Okay. We have registered a user. Then we are creating a user list. We are adding all the users in this registered user contact. After that, we are searching for the suggestion. So we have entered 3, 4, 5. We are searching all the numbers which are starting from 3, 4, 5. Now let's see how many numbers are starting from 3, 4, 5. So for that, first we will check the user list. So 3, 4, 5, you can see there are only 3 numbers. So 3 numbers are starting from 3, 4, 5. So the suggestion size would be 3 because 3 contacts are starting from 3, 4, 5. Now if you are changing the key 3, 4, then what is the suggestion count? It is 4. Why 4? Because now there are 4 numbers. These 4 numbers are starting from 3, 4. So the suggestion count will be 4. Now the next method is global contact test. Okay. So for that, first we will register a user. After registering the user, we are creating a user list, and we are adding all the user list in this registered user contact. Then we are registering a second user in Truecaller. Okay, this would be from one phone and this would be from some other phone. Okay, so in this phone the user is John131234 and he has added 10 contacts from the create user list. The second user is Amy1990. This is from the second phone. Okay, and he is just adding Harleen in his contact. Now if the second user is searching in the Truecaller starting from 345, it is getting 3 contacts. Why 3 contacts? Because Truecaller has already stored 10 contacts from this create user list. Okay, and then this is the 11 contact. But there are only 3 contacts which are starting from 345. That's why the registered user 2, which is Amy1990, is getting 3 contacts. And if the registered user is searching from letter H, then it is getting 3 contacts. Why 3 contacts? So one contact is Harleen only. The other 2 contacts are from the create user list. So here you can check Hector is starting from H and Handcom is starting from H. So it is getting 2 contacts from the user 1 list and 1 contact from the user 2 list. And that's why the suggestion size is 3. Now the next test is add business test. So we are registering a user, we are adding the business for the user, okay, and then we are setting the business for the registered user. And now we are checking whether this business is equal to registered user business or not. Okay, and these methods are for creating user list and registering user. Okay, so that's it from this test cases. Now let's see if the test cases are working fine or not. So just right click on it and run Truecaller test. So here we can see that all the test cases are passing. Okay, now I think everything is covered except in the models. In the model, we have the account file that we have already seen, and user is extending all the properties and methods from the account. Then we have the address. Address is nothing but the address information for the user. Then the business class, which has all the business related information like company name, tagline, type, description, size, and working hours. Then we have the contact. In the contact, we have the phone number, email, and the country code. Then we have the personal info, and in the personal info, we have all the information related to the user like first name, last name, date of birth, gender, initial, and company name. User we have already covered. User will be extending all the properties and methods from the account. And then we have the working hours. Okay, the working hours has the open set and close set. Okay, so yeah, these are all the models of Truecaller. Okay, and in the strategy registry, we are just creating a registry map where all the strategies will be stored, and in the registry we have block contact strategy. Okay, and in the block contact strategy we have only one method which is used for blocking a particular number. Okay, and this has been extended by this limit based block contact strategy. So here we are just validating the block contact limits for a given account type, and then we are adding the number in the block number set, and we are also adding the number in the block contact list. Okay, which is a Bloom filter. So yeah, I think we have covered all the files in com.stupiddesigner.machine coding package. Okay, so yeah, that's it from the Truecaller code flow. In the next chapter we will see the highlights of Truecaller. That's it from this video. Thank you.